Many, many congratulations. Has it sunk in?
Thank you so much, Pooja ji.
So has it sunk in?
Not yet. It's still getting in, and I'm still absorbing it. And it's a moment that is so miraculous and so magical that I don't want it to ever get over.
I can well imagine. I can really well imagine. So what was it like when your name was announced? And I'm so happy it's for a children's album, because I really feel music is what we need and music is what heals. And also it's just so relevant, your album, what you're trying to say, because that's what we need. So now please tell me, what was it like when and the Grammy goes to pin drop silence and the announcement?
Before they announced, when they showed on the screen all the nominees, the heartbeat just goes so fast. And it's like I was holding, my child was with me, I was holding his hand, and he has seen me like this before when we first got nominated. And he's like, Mom, Om Namah Shivaya, Mom, Om Namah Shivaya. Right? So we pray in the house. We pray every day. So he knows that I do Om Namah Shivaya mantra. He's like, Mom, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And that nervousness and my kid holding my hand before to give me assurance, Mom, whatever happens, it's fine. That I was nervous, but at the same time, I was assured by my child. And that was the most magical feeling, because here, if I fail, my child was going to hold me. It's generally the other way. If the child doesn't make it, the parents hold. In my case, if I didn't make it, my child was holding me. And that is just so divine for a parent.
Wow, that's just so awesome. And also the fact that you had been nominated before in 2018 for Falu's Bazaar, but guess this was the one that was destined for you, and it happened at the right time. So tell me a bit about how did this come about?
It came about when George Floyd was killed, right? So, we had the children's album. I wanted my son to feel, great about his heritage and draw from both and all that. And then this happened, this incident happened. And everybody in school were talking about, how much safe do they feel, right? As a non-white kid. So my son came home and he's like, Mom, I am not white. Am I safe? And that's where Colorful World started, because I wanted to write an album for every child, not just my child. The first one was written specifically for Nishad, my son, but this one I wanted to write for every child, telling them that in crayons, how we see them living together with different identities as colors. They don't lose their identity, but they live so peacefully. I wanted to show him the same thing, that even though you are not white, you're brown, you can live peacefully with other colored children and other non-colored children, with keeping your own identity, but not being scared, being accepted and being tolerated. And you tolerate each other and you accept each other the way they are. So that the whole thing started to give him a perspective on how colorful a world can be, should be, and diversity is a big part of today's world, and how you have to stand on your own with pride. Awesome. But that message was for all the kids, not just my son.
Another thing that's giving me an immense, it's been a moment of pride for all of us here. It's not only you being the first Indian, from us, a lady to get the Grammy. Also the fact that inclusivity, finally they're acknowledging that.
Yes, and Recording Academy has been doing so many things to include Black music, South Asian music, and they are doing a fantastic job bringing this message out that music is universal, and they want to appreciate excellence in music. And whoever that is, it can be South Asian, it can be African, it can be Middle Eastern, they don't care. They want to acknowledge the best of the music that is around, and they are really, like, they made me open the show, which was a big statement from their part, saying a South Asian Indian classical singer is going to open the show. And, I opened and, my award was almost at the end. So I closed basically. And that was it was such a big statement about how they are being so inclusive. They respect diversity. They want to give the world a chance to look at the Grammys with a different lens of acceptance and tolerance and appreciation.
And what any memorable moment from the ceremony that you look back, other than your award, that you won't forget?
Yes, absolutely. Uh, when we had to open, right? We were all in the backstage. All the artists were backstage, and I sat down on a stool. And every time I have to do such a big or enormous concert of this magnitude, I take a minute to just meditate and be there, because what you're going to just sing is going to represent India. And that is a huge responsibility on any artist on such a level when the entire world is watching.
Was your little boy excited to see BTS? I have to ask that question.
He after the Grammy, I think he just went in his own world. And like, how heavy is this?
The award
Where are we going to put it in the house? Can I take it to my school? I want to show it to my friends. I want to say my brown mother won. Like he totally forgot about everybody else, but he likes Lady Gaga. So he was like dancing, but I think for a child to see his mom lose and then win.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
Is such a deep lesson that even though you fall, there is always a way to get up.